Good morning, yogis, and welcome to the beautiful Inverloch Foreshore. I'm just so lucky that this is my neighbourhood beach, and every summer I take beach classes down here and it's just wonderful. So I thought I would share a little bit of the foreshore with you today, and maybe if you've got some sand at home, you can sprinkle that on your mat and feel like you're right here with me on the sand. So today in our gentle practice, we're going to be working to build a little vitality in the body. And in yoga energetics, when we get into this field of energy around the body by moving the arms in that kind of direction and taking a longer stance with the legs, we are trying to tap into that vitality and bring it right into our system. So I hope you'll enjoy the practice today. Now I'm seated on a block, so if you have something that you want to put under your hips just to give you a little more elevation, that can be helpful to let the knees drop open a little bit more freely, but it's not necessary. And of course, if you'd rather be kneeling or have your legs directly out front of you, if that's a better fit for you today, go ahead and take that position instead. So let's begin then. We'll close the eyes or soften the gaze. And just take a moment to really arrive, to settle your energy for the practice and press the pause button on any distracting thoughts, concerns or to-do lists. Really arriving. And just scanning through your body now from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. Being welcoming of your body as it is today, welcoming of places that are feeling a little tight or tired, and also welcoming of places feeling vibrant and strong today. Everything just as it is. And connecting to your breathing now. Aware of the air as it moves in through your nose and out through your nose. Noticing the texture of your breath. Noticing how deeply you're breathing right now. Without judging or criticizing any aspect of your breathing, welcoming it as it is. And then taking your next inhalation into the center of your chest and expanding your breath in every direction. Finding the pause at the top of your inhalation. And then exhaling, drawing inwards and upwards through the body as you let the breath go. Finding the pause at the end of your exhale. Breathing in again into the center of your chest, taking your breath in every direction. Finding the pause at the top of your inhalation. And then exhaling again, drawing inwards and upwards through the body as you let the breath go and let go of anything that no longer serves you, carried by the breath. Finding the pause at the end of your exhale again. And we'll continue to breathe this way through our practice today, putting our attention on this conscious 4-part breathing pattern. Aware of the movement of air in and out of your lungs, but also being present in the pauses in between, these tiny places where we get to drop into quiet and stillness. Let's bring the hands to the heart center now. And when you breathe in next, let's open the arms wide and grow the spine tall, lifting the gaze. And then as you exhale, bring your hands back into your heart again, dropping the chin down gently. Opening the arms wide as you breathe in. And then hands to heart as you're exhaling. Take your arms wide again. And this time, as you exhale, let's take a twist towards your left. So touching the earth behind you and bringing your right hand towards your left leg. Let's really draw down through the sitting bones, connecting to earth, and then grow the spine up and out of the pelvis, finding a lift in the heart, a lift in the palate, a lift in the crown. Take your arms wide again as you breathe in. And then let's move to the other side, holding here for a little bit. Again, we'll start by earthing the pose, really drawing down into your foundations. And then rising tall through the spine. The heart rising, the palate rising, the crown rising. Inhale now and bring your arms high. And as you exhale, let's reach out to the right side, finding length to the ends of your fingertips. Come back to center again as you breathe in, and then we'll move to the left side. So moving from side to side, letting your breath lead you, going at your own pace. And if you feel like you're tipping forward a little as you come into these side stretches, maybe don't come quite so deep, because we want to keep the movement quite lateral rather than twisting the spine. One more round to each side. And then when your arms come high again next time, let's send them behind the body and then come up onto the fingertips, lifting the heart, opening through the throat. And let's find length through the back of the neck, broadening out across the collarbones. And imagine you can breathe space into every increment of your spine from the base of your tailbone right through to the top of the neck. Take one more inhalation there. And then as you exhale, bring hands to heart, chin to chest, curling forward a little. Send your arms wide now as you breathe in, finding a neutral spine. And then float your arms down as you breathe out. Let's come onto hands and knees now, setting up in cat pose. If you're using a block, you might like that at the top end of the mat with you. So when we set up in cat, let's set this up well so that we're looking after our shoulders in this weight-bearing position. We want to place the hands right underneath the shoulders and have a little bit of a bend in your elbows rather than having the arms locked up or hyperextended. We keep softness there and then scoop the elbow tips towards each other. Let's lengthen out from the crown to the tailbone now, breathing in your cat pose. And then as you exhale, moving to cow pose, tucking the chin and tailbone under. Return to cat as you breathe in again, lifting the gaze. And then as you exhale this time, moving to child's pose, the hips over the ankles, the chin into the chest. Returning to cat as you breathe in again, finding your neutral spine. Moving to cow on your exhalation, belly to spine, chin tucked under. Return to cat again, lifting your gaze, breathing in, and then rounding the back, moving to child's pose, letting go of all your breath. Taking one more round, cat cow, cat child. And the next time you bring your body forward to cat pose again, let's meet there. And then we'll walk the hands back towards the feet, tucking the toes under. We're going to really slowly and gently come up into a forward fold. So taking your time with this, a little separation between the feet, keeping the knees bent, and then letting your hands rest on your knees or your shins or wherever they're comfortable. Let's inhale to a half lift here, finding a long spine, and then fold as you exhale. Take your hands to your hips and draw the elbow tips back. Lead with the heart, breathe in and come all the way to standing. Take your arms high now. And as you exhale, taking a twist to the left, the arms open wide. Bring your arms up again as you breathe in, and then taking a twist to the right. Take your arms high, breathing in, And let's fold forward now, unfurling from the top of the neck and then through the upper, the middle and lower back. Keep your knees soft. Take a half lift when you're ready, finding a long spine. Exhale and fold. Let all the breath go. Hands to the hips now and draw the elbow tips back. Let's lead with the heart. Breathe in, come all the way to standing, taking your arms high. And this time we'll twist towards the right. Take your arms up again, breathing in. And twisting to the left. Take your arms high, breathing in. Anjali Mudra over the crown. And then let's bring the hands to the heart now. Bringing the base of the hands into the sternum, all the fingertips in connection, resting gently against each other. Feeling the earth under your feet, the heart anchored, the crown rising, being exactly where you are in this breath, in this moment. Release the hands by the side of the body now and let's step the right foot forward. So we're setting up in a warrior one shape. The back foot's on a little bit of an angle. You can take your feet a little wider if that helps you feel more stable in the shape. We want to direct the pelvis forward and also just be sure that the hip points are the same distance off the mat as each other, that we're not having one higher than the other or asymmetry in the pelvis. Starting with the hands at the heart. Inhale now, warrior one, opening the arms wide, expanding your heart's energy. Exhale and bring your hands into your heart, dropping the chin down a little. Opening wide again, moving through this field of vitality. And as you exhale, drawing this into the heart. Take your arms open again to warrior one. Let's hold in the shape here. And just be sure that we've got the fingertips still in your range of vision, that you're not pulling your arms back so far that you lose the fingertips in the range of vision. Pressing evenly into your feet, the legs holding you evenly. Let's inhale and take the arms high. And as you exhale, bring the hands to the heart again, coming out of the shape. Bring your arms high, this time to warrior one, bending the right knee. And as you exhale now, let's fold forward and bring your hands to the inside of your right thigh. When you breathe in next, send your left arm out to the side. We're going to keep the gaze in such a way that we can still see the fingertips in your range of vision. Take another inhalation here. And now as you exhale, let's twist the torso. So we're twisting towards the left. And that means your left arm is rising into the air, but still we've got the fingertips in view ever so slightly. When you're ready, float that hand down to meet the other. Breathe in again and send your left arm out to the side, keeping the fingertips in your vision. On your next inhalation, we're going to raise that arm a little higher, coming into a little bit of a twist towards the left. And then let's float that hand down to meet the other. Send your arms wide again to warrior one, holding here for a moment, expanding your heart's energy forward and being really, really even in your foundations. When you're ready, bring the hands to the heart, step the feet together, stopping for a moment just to connect to your breathing again, to feel the earth under your feet, to rise tall through the spine, and let the crown rise. Release your hands. Let's step the right foot back now, so we arrive in our warrior shape on the other side. Again, let's just check in on the pelvis, making sure that's nice and even and directed forward. Hands to heart, the feet and the legs holding you evenly. Inhale, warrior one, send your arms wide, open up your heart. Exhale, bring hands back to heart, coming out of the shape. Opening the arms wide, bending the left knee, warrior one. And then coming out as you exhale. In our third round, let's hold in the shape. And as we're holding here, just checking, you can still notice the fingers in the edges of your vision. Stay even through both legs, letting the body be held really evenly. Letting the heart expand. Bring your arms high as you breathe in next. And then exhale, hands to heart, coming out. Take your arms overhead, warrior one. And this time when you breathe out, let's fold forward and bring the hands to the inside of your left thigh. As you breathe in next, send your right arm out to the side. And then on an exhale, taking a twist towards the right so that arm becomes elevated. We're keeping the arm in the range of vision. And then floating the hand down to meet the other. Breathe in and send the right arm out to the side. Breathing out there. And then as you breathe in again, taking that twist towards the right, the arm becomes elevated, fingers in your range of vision. Floating that hand down to meet the other now. Send your arms wide, warrior one. And then stepping your right foot forward, hands to heart now. Let's inhale now, make a big circle around the body. And as you exhale, fold forward. Let's soften the knees as much as you want to. Let your hands find your knees or your shins. And we're going to pedal through the feet a little, just finding a little bit more depth in this forward fold position. Easing yourself in gently. And then taking quite a deep bend in the knees now. Let your hands find the mat. And from here, let's come back onto all fours into our cat pose. Taking a few rounds of cat-cow here. Following your breathing. The inhales bringing you to cat. The exhales bringing you to cow. And then when you take your next exhalation, let's find ourselves in child's pose. Taking your knees wide now, and you might like to bring your block into the mix if you want to rest your head on that. Or you could rest your head on a stack of fists. Or perhaps it's okay for you to bring your head right down to the mat, but finding a position that feels comfortable for you right now. And as we're holding child's pose, let's really open the breath up into the back of the body. So playing with those spaces through the back of the rib cage, through the sides of the ribs, bringing incremental movement to the muscles that wrap around your rib cage, helping us to start to dissolve any tension you might be holding in the upper back, just by breathing into this space. And every time you're breathing out, letting absolutely all of the breath go, right to the very last drop of it. Being present in the spaces in between. When you're ready, press up onto your hands, and then let's come onto the back now, lying down, knees bent. And we'll outstretch the arms a little less than shoulder height, so we're not bringing any tension into the shoulders here. Let's lift the feet off the mat now, letting the feet just dangle, and we're going to just zigzag the knees side to side. You might choose to have your knees quite away from the chest, or it might feel better to bring your knees right up and into the chest. Or you might like to zigzag between both. See what your body is asking for and follow its lead. The next time your knees come towards the right side, let's take them all the way over. Now you can either gaze towards the ceiling or roll your gaze to the left if that feels okay for your neck. On your next inhalation, really extend length out to the ends of your fingers. Open up into the left side of the rib cage. And as you're breathing out, draw the left shoulder just a little closer to the earth. Every exhale beginning right at the base of the pelvic floor and feeling that engagement through the abdominal wall as you're letting the breath go. And every inhalation expansive and nourishing as prana radiates through your system, bringing vitality and animating life force to every cell. When you're ready, find your way back to center again. And then let's drop the knees to the left side this time. You might gaze towards the sky, you might gaze towards the right. See what feels best for your neck. And when you're breathing in next, find a little more length to the ends of the fingers. Open up through the right side of the rib cage. And as you're breathing out, bring your right shoulder just a little closer to the earth. Prana radiating through your system, nourishing every cell. And every exhale you take, smooth and measured, letting absolutely all of your breath go. Come back to center again when you're ready. And we'll finish with Upanasana, so taking your hands over your knees now, letting the feet dangle. We'll inhale and send your knees and feet away, the fingertips following the knees. Begin your exhale and then bring your knees into your chest. Sending your knees and feet away, breathing in. Begin your exhale and then bring your knees into your chest. If you want a little more strength in this, you might choose to take your arms overhead or wide as you send your legs away, or it may be better just to keep things simple today. Paying attention right through to your very last movement so that you can bring the best of this practice to yourself. Making this one your last round, and then let's prepare for relaxation now. So coming onto the back, lying down, you might choose Savasana with long legs down the mat, or if your lower back's feeling a little bit tired, you might like to TP your knees into the middle and have your feet wide, or you could drop your knees out to the side and bring the soles of your feet together. If that feels best today, see what works. Getting yourself really comfortable now. And letting go of our physical practice, letting go of guiding the breathing, the body just breathing itself. Dropping the shoulders open a little more broadly, and imagine you can smooth over the top ribs in the rib cage, creating just a little bit more space, a little bit more softness there. And then bringing your attention into the center of your mouth, softening the tongue, the sides of the mouth and the roof of the mouth. softening through the whole jaw. The left earlobe and the right earlobe soft and released. And following the spirals and folds of the outer architecture of your ears around and around, moving inside the ears now, into the sinus cavities, rolling your eyes back in your head, letting them fall into softness, releasing the scalp and every muscle of the face soft, sensing into the back of your neck and your throat, the shoulders and collarbones soft and released, the upper arms and elbows, forearms, wrists, hands and fingers released. Tracing the length of your spine from the top of your neck right down to your tailbone. Resting the torso heavily on the floor. Letting go of the hips and thighs, the knees, calves, ankles, feet and toes. The whole body relaxed, restored, and at ease. And in this deeply relaxed state, finding gratitude towards yourself for taking time to practice yoga today, doing something nourishing and restorative just for you. And finding gratitude too for being in a healthy and agile body, able to breathe and move freely, to live where we do, and be able to make all the choices you can about the life you want to live. Making some little movements with your fingers and toes now and deepening your breathing again. Inviting your senses back into your awareness. Taking a long stretch through the body and then rolling over to the right side. Taking a few moments there. And let's roll over now and come up to seated, bringing your hands to Anjali Mudra to close the practice. Welcoming vitality and balance into this day ahead, and holding the intention for this class with you through each moment of the day as you experience it. Thank you for practicing with me this morning. Have a beautiful day ahead. Namaste.